Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're diving into a university path that might just be the smartest backup plan you've never even considered. If you're aiming for a big-name global degree, but you're kind of stressed about all those high-stakes entrance exams, you are definitely going to want to stick around for this.
So let's start with a situation that's, well, it's super common, right? You've put in the work, you've taken the exams, but maybe you just missed the cutoff for that one dream school. It's a tough spot to be in, and literally thousands of students face it every single year. But what if that wasn't really a setback? What if it was actually opening a door to a totally different kind of opportunity? If you're still hunting for a top-tier degree, something with a brand name that really opens doors and gives you that genuine international exposure. All right, so here's our game plan. First, we're going to uncover this surprising backup plan. Then we'll take a peek inside the Dubai program itself, walk you through how to get in, break down exactly what it costs, and finally explore what makes the BITS Dubai program such a great advantage.
So what is this unexpected path we're talking about? Well, it comes from a name you almost certainly know, but probably for a completely different reason. We're talking about a Bachelor of Business Administration from BITS Pilani. Yeah, you heard that right.
For decades, the name BITS Pilani has been just legendary. It's synonymous with excellence in engineering and science. It's one of the most prestigious, toughest to get into institutes in India, with a reputation that carries some serious weight all over the world. And that's what makes this so interesting. On one hand, you've got the BITS all about engineering, hard sciences, and its famous Indian campuses. But then, on the other hand, you have this totally new opportunity, a BBA honors program, and it's offered exclusively at their international campus in Dubai. It's a pretty bold move, and it creates a really unique path for future business leaders. Okay, so how does this program actually work? Let's take a closer look inside the Dubai BBA.
It's a 4-year full-time program, and it's built on this really cool 7+1 model. So you get 7 semesters of intense, rigorous coursework on campus. But then, and this is the key part, one entire semester is dedicated to a full-time extended internship. BITS famously calls this practice school. And trust me, this isn't just a summer internship, it's a deep, immersive dive into the real corporate world. You can specialize in all the key areas. We're talking marketing, finance, HR, and of course, the super critical field of analytics. The whole curriculum is built on that core BITS philosophy of analytical thinking and problem solving. So you're not just memorizing theories, you're learning how to think. Now this is where things get really, really compelling for a lot of students. After hearing about the legendary difficulty of BITS, you're probably bracing for some grueling, impossible entrance exam. But the path to admission here is surprisingly direct. The whole process is actually pretty straightforward. It's mostly based on your academic record. You need at least 60% in your 10th grade exams, and you just apply directly through the Dubai campus portal. You'll send in your mark sheets, a copy of your passport, and you might need to show your English skills with a test like TOEFL or IELTS. And this, right here, is the absolute game changer. Let me say that again. There is no entrance test required for this program. For all the students who are just exhausted by that endless cycle of competitive exams, this is a direct path into a top-tier institution based on your consistent academic work, not just your performance on one high-pressure day. All right, of course, any international degree is a pretty big investment. So let's be totally transparent and break down the cost, so you can really understand the value you're getting for your money. So the total estimated cost for all 4 years, and this includes your tuition, your housing, your living expenses, everything, comes out to roughly 52 to 60 lakh Indian rupees. Now, I know, that's a big number, but let's actually see what goes into it. So if we break it down, the total tuition itself is about 33 lakhs. Then you add in your hostel accommodation and all your personal living expenses for 4 years in Dubai. When you see it laid out like this, you can see how that total figure starts to make a lot more sense. But context is everything, right? When you put this cost side by side with other well-known international business programs, like from SP Jain, for example, the BITS Dubai program often comes in at nearly half the total expense. So yeah, it's an investment, but it's a remarkably competitive one on the global stage. And hey, there are ways to manage that investment. BITS Dubai actually offers merit-based scholarships. These are based on your 12th grade marks and how you perform at the university. They can cover anywhere from 10% all the way up to 40% of your tuition, which can make a huge difference in the overall cost.
So we've talked about the investment. Now for the most important question. What's the return on that investment? Let's look at how this program really acts as a powerful launchpad for your entire career.
Now, since the first BBA batch hasn't graduated yet, we're looking at expected placements. And the conservative estimate in Indian rupees is somewhere around 8 to 10 lakhs per year. The feeling is that the BITS brand is just so strong, the institution simply won't let its reputation slide with poor placement numbers.
And a huge part of the value here comes from the location itself. I mean, you're in Dubai. You're immersed in this global business hub. You get incredible networking opportunities, access to a buzzing startup scene, and direct exposure to the multinational work culture of the entire Gulf region. But really, it comes down to this, and this might be the most crucial point. No matter where you work or what you do next, for the rest of your life, your resume will have the name BITS Pilani on it. That brand recognition is a powerful, lifelong asset that just screams quality, intelligence, and rigor to any employer in the world. See, this degree isn't just about getting that first job. It's a launchpad. It's the perfect foundation for a top MBA, whether at the IIMs or ISB in India or top schools in the US and UK. It's a clear path to a specialized master's degree. And that extended internship we talked about, it's a prime chance to land a pre-placement offer before you even graduate.
Which really just leaves us with one final question. In a world full of competitive exams and traditional choices, could this totally unexpected program, a business degree from an engineering giant located in a global hub, actually be the smartest move you could make to launch your international career? Based on everything we've seen, it's a pretty compelling thought.